Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone that can hear the sound of my voice to this week's edition of the Petty and Ill-Informed podcast, where we venture our petty and ill-informed opinions about a variety of topics. Joining me, Tom. Tom, how are you?
Yeah, doing great. Had a great day out today with the fam. Went to a beach. The weather was on and off with rain and sun. It can be like that out on the tip of the Kent coast. And we went to a place called Botany Bay and had a lovely walk around there. Stopped, had a coffee and a bun in a hotel actually. But it was a hotel, pub, restaurant, bit of everything, and it was really cool. It was great. Just lovely scenery. Great being outdoors.
Good times and noodle salad. Nikki, how are you?
Doing good.
Good.
I'm not doing anything interesting this weekend. I'm not as cool as Tom. He's always doing something or like taking pictures of him doing something. And I just wish that I had the will to do things. Because it always sounds like fun. And then I think about it and I'm like, but then I'd have to leave my house.
We have to deal with people.
So, I had something very interesting happen to me today. I saw a golden eagle on the border between England and Scotland up by Gretna Green.
Really?
Cool.
Which is particularly interesting because they went extinct in England in my lifetime, not that long ago, actually. But there was a big reintroduction project for golden eagles up in Galloway not that long ago. So some of them might be migrating down because I'm hearing whispers of golden eagles being sighted in Coningsby, which isn't that far away.
That's
The
really
Lake
cool.
District is a very good habitat for golden eagles. That's where they were holding out until they, all died because, farmers are dicks.
Were you near Gretna Green?
Yeah, just coming out. It was right on the border between England and Scotland.
I didn't realize that Gretna Green was that close to you, but I could
Yeah,
understand. Yeah.
it's like half an hour away. I'll take you up there if you want when you're here.
Heck yeah. I just always think about old books and how everybody escaped to Gretna Green to go elope and stuff.
Yeah,
Do
it's a
people
good
still
place
do
to go.
that?
Yeah, they do. You can still elope in Gretna.
That's cute. But
I mean,
yeah,
you've
I
got
didn't
to
realize it
book
was that close.
in advance. You can't just show up anymore. But
Is that really eloping then?
I mean, you're getting married there. So yeah, I mean,
Oh, so all marriages in Gretna Green are elopement.
well, it's tradition.
It's tradition.
Really, because I saw it and I thought at first, oh, there's a big buzzard right there. But then
Yeah.
the differences between eagles and buzzards are pretty obvious to me, but other people may struggle. And I was like, Jesus. And I just did a double take and double checked, and it was definitely a golden eagle. So that's pretty
Got your
cool.
binoculars?
I didn't have my binoculars on me, but it was in a tree. And there are no leaves on trees yet. We're getting there, but not yet.
We've got them. They're nice and pretty now.
Almost there, but they're starting to bud over here.
It just feels like we didn't have a winter. We had like 2 weeks of winter.
Yeah, it's not been a harsh winter at all.
I'm terrified for the storm season because of it.
Yeah, you always feel like the weather's saving up when you have mild winter like that. I
You're
mean,
like, how bad's the tornadoes going to be this year?
well, it just
Am I in
rained.
danger?
It just rained here, and in the rest of England, there wasn't that much snow. I mean, it snowed a couple of
Yeah.
times, but it's been a very, very mild winter this year.
It just feels like we shouldn't be out of winter. Like, it doesn't feel like it's the middle of March, you know?
Yeah. Well, first day of spring is technically March 21st, so
There you go.
And we're here at the right time, despite the fact that y'all's clocks went forwards and Gabby didn't tell me. I had to find out from Nikki, but we still managed to sort it out. Oof. So
Yeah.
that was my exciting news. And today's game is again Skull and Bones because it's very popular with y'all.
And
I mean,
he's got a cute little hippo.
I have got a cute
His
little hippo. You'll
boats.
see it in a minute. At the moment, I'm fighting the mega fort, but in a second, you'll see the cute little hippo. I did capture it several times. It does this really cute animation when the battle's open where it climbs back up onto the pet thing, and it's adorable.
Yeah, it is adorable. I don't think a lot of people realize that you call me that.
I do. It is my pet name for Nikki. Is Hippo Face. It's inside.
Nice.
It's an inside joke from like 20 years ago. To be fair, so
It's basically I auditioned for The Lion King, and he asked me if they needed a hippo, and ever since then, that has been the nickname.
I know that makes me sound awful, and believe me, I am. Hashtag Nikki can do better, but you know.
Gabby said maybe 6 to 9 inches. Dang. I don't mind 6 to 9 inches. That's the range that I prefer.
Title of my sex tape.
God, that phrase of yours comes into my head so often. People say things all the time, and if in any way it could possibly be.
That's why I keep saying it. It's like it can't go. It's just on the tip of my tongue. It's that's what she said of my generation.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Anytime anyone says anything that's remotely sexual, that's totally a sex tape.
I always forget to pull that out in the middle of surgery, but one day it's going to happen, and I'm going to shock the shit out of whichever surgeon I'm with.
It'll be like, I'm just going to shove my fingers into the incision. The title of your sex
tape. Here, hold this back. Title of your sex tape.
Yeah, I mean, like lots of couples have weird nicknames. I don't feel bad. Also, you guys may have noticed that I've got a brand new ship on this game, the sexy ass Corvette. I'm not actually that big a fan of it, but you don't want to know what I had to go through to get it, and that's why I'm using it. There, look at it jump up. Look at it jump up. It's adorable.
Oh, it's adorable. Tom, do you have a pet name for your wife that she won't kill you to reveal?
Yeah, sure. It's Boo Boo.
Why is it Boo Boo?
Because when we first got together, she just woke up one morning or was sort of dozing in the afternoon. I'm not sure, but then sort of stirred, and she just went Boo Boo, and it just started from there. That's why.
See, that's sweet.
Yeah, she just mumbled that as she woke up one day. Yeah.
That's into hippos. Anyone that watched fucking Madagascar is sexually confused about hippos, first of all.
Sexually confused by hippos.
I remember when... Sorry if this is going backwards in conversation, but I remember my nickname for you, of course, is Trousers. And Richard asked, why trousers? I went, well, because she wears the trousers.
I mean, yeah.
That works. I call him Skirt.
And I think that just generally came about because I'm a bit of a wuss, and you have a much more of a "don't mess with me" aura than I do.
That's true.
So that's where that came from. Trousers
That-
and skirt.
I think that's just because of the product of, where I've spent over half my life now.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
have this idea of Southern hospitality, but like Memphis should be its own state, and the tri-state area should be in with it. And the culture is so, like, we're kind of hard.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain it. Like, we're sweet people, but also like we're the suck it up people. If Richard is the skirt, Tom is the panties. I call Tom skirts.
She calls me a tiger with Down syndrome.
I do. I do.
So you don't really look at the ship when I'm playing the games and focusing on the combat, but it is a pretty swanky pirate ship, actually.
He's just so
Sorry.
proud of it, even though
I
it
am.
hates it.
I am. I had to beat a sea monster 12 times in a row to get all the mats to fucking build this stupid thing. And I realized saying that out loud is actually kind of sad, but still.
Gamers understand.
Yeah, gamers understand what I mean. Anybody that played this game would be like, whoa, you got the Corvette to max level? You sad, sad bastard.
What have you done with your life? Yeah.
All right, Tom, you wanted to talk about the pros and cons of cell phones.
Well, yeah, I thought that'd just be a really interesting thing to talk about. Just general discussion point, because they're so ubiquitous now and they're just an essential part of our lives. And there's some good things about them. There's some fantastic and wonderful things about them. And there are some incredibly lame and rather troublesome and sometimes worrying things about them.
All right.
So, should we start with the positive? Should we say what we love about our mobile phones?
Yep, sure.
Okay, one thing, it's really quick and easy to access the news and find out what's going on in the world.
That's a good point.
24-hour access no matter where I am to music, and I do use it everywhere. Spotify on my phone has changed my life. Like, I don't care about texting or anything like that. Like, give me my music. Like, I don't know. My phone is essentially an iPod shuffle.
Yeah, we know you don't care about texting. We never hear from you, damn it.
I am absolutely
which is actually not true at all. Last time we've had a couple of chit chats lately, Trousers, that have been great. It's all good. I'm
really bad at it. I'm because of my upbringing, I'm a very hyper independent person, and so it's hard for me to be social. I'm insanely introverted. Like, I'm very charismatic and I will talk to anyone, but I have a hard time, talking to people.
Well,
I think part of it is also like, I think I used to be a lot more social before I got into the profession I'm in now. And now I just spend all day talking to people. So when I get home, it's not what I want to do.
Well, believe me, people come far worse than you. I know people that do not reply for months on end. I mean, sometimes years.
Oh, I'm that person.
No, you're not. You're really
oh, well,
not
to you.
Oh. Well, thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it, lol.
Something I really like about cell phones is it's a great way to fucking ignore the person you're talking to.
Okay. One thing, it's some really positive things can come out of interactions with people. You know, like
Name 3.
okay, in my well, you and Nikki are 1 and 2. No. 3 things. Okay, in my goth group, we all. I mean, this could be done on the internet, but it's so much easier when you're done with your mobile. But me and my goth friends, we what?
Of course, you're in a goth group. Just fucking imagining you in the makeup and everything.
Well, I'm not, but I don't personally dress that way. But my group of friends, I mean, I'm stereotyping, and I say that just for ease. But we're not. We're a group of friends who known each other in real life for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And but we all got back together during COVID, and we have a little birthday circle, and we all like sort of team up and chat about what we're going to get for somebody on when it's their birthday coming up, and we all pitch in, and someone organizes buying the stuff and gathering the money from everyone else through PayPal and organizing the presents and getting them delivered and stuff like that. And we do that on an annual basis, just keep going. And it's different at the end of the year. Different people drop in and drop out who do or don't fancy it. It becomes a bit much for some people, but not for me, and not for about 6 others. We're all over it, and yeah, that's just a really life-affirming, fun thing to be doing. And we're just organising at the moment everything for one guy at the moment, and everyone has different ideas, and we're gathering the money in at the moment, and we know we're gonna get it sent to a guy who lives in the next town along from Birthday Boy, and it's all good. So that's one thing. Second really good thing that can come from talking to people is about once a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, I meet up with a group of people on Discord who are all in America, and I often have a fire pit on the go outside, even in winter, and I just sit there with the fire pit, and I join the video call with me, just having a beer and chilling by the fire and talking to that group of friends. So that being able to have a video call by the fire, that's another good thing involving people. And a third is, well, just the benefits of just warm, happy conversations with people, which I managed to have. Having a good laugh, turning to people for advice, exchanging ideas, discussing politics, all kinds of things. And so just talking to people for its own sake, definitely. I mean, you guys know me. You know that's going to suit me. I mean, yeah. Richard, you've seen me on a mountainside. Imagine me with the whole internet at my fingertips.
Just a warm conversation with people.
Yeah.
What do I speak? Says Richard. Go on, Nikki.
I have my thing is like I love my cell phone because it's weird. Okay, I'm a Zennial, so I'm on a weird cusp of technology. So I remember being on the phone with a boy or a friend for like 3-6 hours, whatever, on the phone. I can't stand that crap anymore. I love having a cell phone and being able to text. Text was like the best thing ever invented for an introvert, because even if I want to talk to you, I don't actually have to like physically talk to you. I can just text it and then, go about my business. I think a lot of people would honestly, disagree with that. They would say that's probably one of the worst things that we've done. And I can kind of agree to an extent, but like I have older friends who like try to call me at night on the regular, and I'm like, can this not be texted to me? Why are you calling me? It's kind of like coming over to somebody's house. Now you call and see if it's cool. Back in the day, you just knocked on the door. Now you need to text before you call to make sure it's cool. You just don't call.
I mean, that's fair. Totally get that.
That's how I feel about it. And I understand, like I said, that I'm in a weird generational spot. And I think that, like, you have some Zennials who want to be on the phone all the time. But I think a
No.
lot of us don't.
No such thing as a zillennial. We're millennials. We're older millennials.
But
It's well, it sounds like we're already creeping onto the negatives. Are there any more positives that people want to say?
no,
You never have to be bored while taking a shit anymore.
that's true, man. I remember I used to read like the label on the back of the Moose can. You know, I could pretty much had like the Aquanet like warning and ingredients and all of that stuff memorized. Like I would pick up literally shampoo bottles and read them. Now you just have a book in your pocket.
Yeah, shiterature.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. We
Oh.
tend to leave copies of the Week magazine by the in a little magazine rack by the Vogue.
Nice.
So it's okay until one of the kids slashes all over them, or me,
Yikes.
which does
Yikes.
happen.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure
boys,
you're
man.
men. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So one thing, yeah, being able to just listen. Being able to just another benefit, being able to listen to podcasts and stuff in your car through Bluetooth on your phone.
Yeah.
It's so easy and it's great. I mean, I still love CDs and I'm so thrilled. I've got a car with a CD player. It's amazing. But you have to so, use your phone to listen to. I mean, I listen to 2 podcasts a week. One is the Archers podcast, which is a British radio soap opera, and the other is sorry. I just wondered what those things are on the screen on your left. Are they mines or are they just markers for where ships sank?
Got the purple and blue things.
Yeah.
There's loot. Boot here.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's where was I again? I was talking about podcasts, and the other one is the Kermode and Mayo's talking. Let's come on, Mark Kermode and Simon Mayo. They're 2 people talking about films. They do an hour 15 podcast every week. Kermode and Mayo's take, and it's really, really cool. And I love it. I love that. I love the quality of the emails that people send in, and all of these things. You just wouldn't get that. I mean, you couldn't play that in the car if it wasn't for mobile phones. So there you go. It's another massive bonus.
All right.
So should we go on to the boo-boo side of them?
The boo-boo side. You mean the negatives?
Yeah, I just used my wife's nickname as an insult. Shit.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Don't worry, we won't tell her.
I'm calling her right now.
Hey, you don't do
Hello?
calls, you do texts. Oh, except when it's to get skirt in trouble. Oh, you're all over that shit then, aren't you, trousers? Yeah, go on, right. I love you guys. Okay, so the downside. Well, one of them is they're just so damn addictive. People are on them the whole time. I mean, as Richard has said during conversations, I'm guilty of that. Everyone is, have to, I was at a stand-up comedy show a couple of weeks ago. No bullshit. I was at a stand-up comedy show, and I was called out by the guy doing the comedy for checking my mobile phone. I was actually, and I thought, God, that was such a shitty thing to do. I felt really bad after that, but they're so tempting. They're just,
Mhm.
I was checking the soccer score, checking a football score. It wasn't even my team playing, damn it. But the guy roasted me for it. He was talking about how bad he thought I was on Tinder, or he's imagine that I was on Tinder and told me, to stop checking. I'm not going to get any messages. I'm not going to get any new hits or something like that. It was really funny. Yeah, I deserved that. I didn't look at it again once during the rest of the night. But so that kind of thing, they can be really tempting. That's one lame thing about them. Do you guys ever find yourself tempted to use them at the wrong time?
What's the
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
time?
Well, when you're driving for a start.
No, God, no. I hate driving. I'd never even try and text and drive.
Oh, no way. No, I don't text drive. No way. Even when my phone is in its holder, even when I'm doing things like starting a voice note or something, I'm so religious. We're so super careful, checking everything around me, and then just the quickest, fastest to tap.
Old school cell phones were the best. I could, at a red light, read my text message and then put my phone down and drive, and then just use my fingers by feel. I could type back without looking at my screen. You can't do that with a touch screen. But when
Of
you use the
course.
buttons, man, I didn't even have to look. I knew exactly what button did where and all that stuff. I could text without ever looking.
But
Now,
what,
you have to like hold down a button and like tell it to do a thing. And I don't know, I hate it. I do not. I like the fact that phones allow you to like access help when you need it very quickly. It's in your pocket. I hate that it makes us so accessible. I miss the days where if you were out doing a thing, you were out doing that thing. Sucked to be your friends. They just had to wait for you to get home.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
I don't
fair.
know. But it is
Uh,
addictive. We have problems with that. And it's also turning our brains to mush. It's killing our
Mm.
attention spans.
Yeah, I love to go and see a film in the cinema. Some people watch Netflix on 1.5 speed. I'm like, come on, man.
well,
There are some podcasts I listen to on 2 times speed.
Doesn't everyone talk like a chipmunk?
I
I
listen to
wanna-
some music at 1.5 speed because I like it at a higher tempo.
Oh. Okay, weird.
I freely
Yeah.
admit that. Like Smash Mouth Walking on the Sun, 1.5 speed. That song is amazing.
Oh, yeah, that song's really good on 1.5 speed.
How do you even know, Nikki?
Because okay, I have DJ software on my computer and I do play with it. So I have listened to a lot of music and slowed it down and sped it up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just for funsies.
One thing I really hate about cell phones is how it's a 24/7 surveillance device.
Oh.
Yep.
And they are always listening.
Yep. And it doesn't matter what you do, like you're always pinging off of a tower. Your information is being sold. Like if you say kitty litter and you look on your phone in 20 minutes, you're going to get an ad for some kitty litter or some cat ads of some sort because it picked up that and then sold it to all of the people that might have a cat or might have a cat product.
Well, I mean, it's worse than that. Like all my YouTube shorts right now are True Blood, even though I've
Mhm.
never watched a YouTube True Blood video.
That's true. It's like because I'm streaming it to
Yeah.
you and we're watching it together, how you just got to wonder, like, how does your phone or how does your computer know that I'm streaming that to you? Unless because you have been, we'll talk and be like, what do you want to do? I guess we'll do True Blood. So maybe that's why it's hearing you say the word. So it's like, yeah, that's what you want.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So, anything else you don't like about them?
I don't know. I hate to like villainize it because the printing press was villainized, and all of the new media that's ever come out has been villainized at the beginning. I just think that we have to be very, very, very careful because it is already affecting lives like in a negative way. Children's lives, like I'm glad I don't have children. My children would hate me because I'd be like, you don't need a cell phone. They probably wouldn't have a cell phone for a long ass time.
They shouldn't have a cell phone until
Period.
they're a teenager.
Correct. And like there are people that are actually getting their 8 and 9-year-old cell phones now. And I'm just like, why?
It's for
My,
yeah,
The
okay.
brain
Well,
cancer or the breast cancer, Gabby, because a lot of women were putting cell phones in their bra. And I you know what? I've done it multiple times myself. And they were showing that doing that increased your chance of getting breast cancer. But same with brain cancer, especially with earbuds, but we still use them.
I mean, I'd probably go get my. Well, I'm probably not going to have kids now, but if I did have kids, I'd probably get them like an old Nokia like touch pad with the button keys that didn't connect to the internet for emergencies.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
wouldn't get them a
A burner
smartphone.
phone. You get them a shitty burner phone.
Yeah.
That's not a smartphone. And honestly, they don't need social media. They really don't. I'm sorry all your friends have social media, but you don't need it. it's horrible.
Yeah, well, okay. So social media, phones. Yeah, that now we're on to that one. We'd be here all night. Phones can cause some real unhealthy anxieties in children and adults and people of sort of any age through things just like fear of missing out. Or
Yep.
you do a picture, it gets 30 likes, the next one gets 10. Oh man. And as a grown adult, even though you're a grown adult, you're bothered by that.
Yeah.
Because phones just they is it dopamine or and stuff like that. People talk to me about chemicals sometimes.
Yeah.
That are released in your brain from phones and
Yeah. From getting like it's psychological. There's no one that's above it. Getting a like on your post or a haha or whatever, it does affect the way that your brain receives it. Like it's addictive.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And that's not helpful and healthy.
No.
So there's so. I mean, I've had to sort of really break that. In one group chat I've been in, I found myself like really, people who are friends can end up fighting to try and be the head of the pack or be like as noticed or as liked as anyone else.
Yeah.
Like I found myself stupidly and disproportionately jealous of somebody who every time they post in a group seems to get like 10 likes, whereas I'd get 1 or 2, and things like that. They're blown out of proportion. Things like that are seen as like a complete invalidation of your existence or something,
Right. And it's not. And think about it to someone whose prefrontal cortex isn't even, fully formed yet. Like, they're in their early 20s or teenagers and now, they're stuck with this kind of feeling. They don't have the ability to kind of have the emotional control and be able to say, hey, this isn't reality.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's teenagers that I mean, adults suffer from it. Teenagers suffer from it.
Absolutely. Think about how many adult grifters are out there who just can't stand to not be front and center of everything. You
Yeah.
know, like Kiwi
Word.
Farms or Lol Cows, those kind of people that are grown adults, but just they can't live a normal life. They have to be, you know, front and center, even if they're doing crazy, horrible, stupid things to be front and center.
Yep.
You know, and
Absolutely.
that's partially because we still haven't evolved past that kind of tribal, you know, that kind of tribal thing where we weren't meant to appease or to compete with so many people. You know, you're supposed to be with your people, like your group, and that's your, you know, you have the smartest person in that group or the one that's the best at this, and that's who you're competing with. Now that we've got a global thing, it's really opened up a lot.
It has. You're so right, Nikki. And some of this has some pretty dire consequences. So if you look at people's tendency to be quite tribal, and then all social media companies are so irresponsible. The way their only thing they care about is you staying on their platform, because you are the product. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product, and we are the product. So all Facebook, Instagram, Meta, everyone, all they care about is us staying on it. And they do that by giving us more of what they think we want. And that has led to so much confirmation bias.
Yes.
And real added aggression in debates.
That's why a lot of times if I Google something, I'll go to page 1 and look at stuff, but then I'll just pop all over to like page 30 something, because you don't know what Google isn't showing you, because it knows what you prefer and it's going to show you that on the first few pages.
Well, okay,
I don't know if you knew that, but they do. So you get even more confirmation bias because Google knows, hey, if we push this news article to you, you're going to click on it and we're going to get ad revenue.
There you go. So that and we're so manipulated by that.
Yeah.
One theory I've got, and I came up with this one on my own, and I'm sure many other people have different and have had many similar ideas. Is I looked at when I looked at sort of the general woke culture, and when we started discussing a little while ago whether or not it had gone too far, or whether or not certain things, one of the things I thought, well, how did something really good end up going? Arguably, how did something? Because I know there's people who, but I being a fence setter, being a people pleaser, and also in my genuine processing, I mean, woke was an attempt at greater social justice. Its goals are absolutely laudable. So, how did we get from that to, you know, possibly? I mean, I would say the ultimate. So, kids identifying as animals and being wanted to be known and recognized as animals throughout their school. You know, just like, you know,
yeah. And here's the thing, that's not what's happening. And that's where misinformation is a problem with that, especially with social media and stuff, because the real story is they had cat litter in classrooms. People were saying that the cat litter in the classrooms was for kids who thought that they were animals, right? And that they were going to use the cat litter in the classroom. That is not what they were for. It was in case of an active shooter, if someone had to use the bathroom and they were boarded into the classroom, they had a place to go. Because you're stuck in that classroom during an active shooter, you get locked into that room. And you're in there until the entire building is cleared. So it could be hours. So they have a bucket of kitty litter for the kids to piss in case of an active shooter thing. And you had an entire group of people saying that it was for these kids that were like furries and, you know, thought that they were cats and dogs.
Well, I've heard it from what you're saying is almost certainly true, and that would be twisted to fit that paradigm. But it's also true that unless people are lying to me, I've heard it in 2 schools near me.
Oh, on your side,
What,
I have no idea, but I know in America it was for active shooters.
well, okay, it did. A friend of a friend. No, a friend of mine who I know from another teacher that I know said a colleague of mine had her parents say, "Kid identifies as a cat. Here's the litter tray."
Yeah, see, when it comes from a friend of mine, of blah blah blah, you don't know where that friend of mine came from. They could have said a friend of mine.
I could still take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be worth fact checking and finding out if how often that has happened, or how many genuine verified. But okay, so that's okay. Let's take one example. That one example that we know definitely was true was Isla Bryson, rapist of women, becomes trans, goes into a women's prison. Many women are very unhappy about it, but then they were very, very caught with how do we sort of whose rights win here?
Right.
Isla's rights to be trans and identify as a woman, or the women who are in this prison, some of whom will be victims of sexual assault. And I think Isla had a penis. I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so.
See, but there has to be a way of. I'm not saying segregate all trans people inside a jail, but I'm saying if you have a trans woman who has assaulted other women and they still have a penis, then I think either they need to be segregated from the women in the women's prison if that's what they want, or they should be chemically castrated until it's over. Because chemical castration isn't always permanent. Once you're off the meds, you're fine again. But that would at least kill the desire for the most part, Make sure that he is on her meds, but but yeah, that's hard. I mean, and that's discussions that we should be able to have and not be assholes either way. Like, you have to take all of it into consideration, because not saying that a lot of people are faking trans, but people do fake trans. They're all over, it's just like people fake dissociative identity disorder. They're all over TikTok.
And you've met someone who does both.
Yes. Yeah. I also seen a lot of TikTokers who pretend they have EDS as well, because it's hard to say that you're not, Same with being trans or having dissociative identity disorder. How do I tell you that you don't?
Maybe it's extra points or something. I don't know. Well, the point I'm trying to make with all this is saying, because woke doesn't have a leader or a spokesperson, so it's kind of this leviathan of the multi-headed monster of social media, and everybody's trying to get to the forefront, and so pushing their ideas more and harder than other people, and being more obnoxious and outrageous than other people, or more over the top than other people. And that's when I think that might be part of the reason. I mean, within trans stuff, a lot of the times, and I know people have genuinely felt this, and I've genuinely felt this, it feels like if you're not all in, 100% in, then you're next to be cancelled. I mean, and I know there are people who've tried to sort of moderate, and people who have tried to moderate any sort of trans issues and be a bit more, well, yeah, I'm on board, but only to a point. They're called transphobic very quickly, and I've seen that happen on Facebook. I've seen it happen in Ask Anything. You know, and that's
There's
the group
always
where
nuance. That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Is that it's a very nuanced subject. You know, like I
Well,
don't feel like it's transphobic to not want to date a trans person. Would I date a trans person?
no,
Absolutely, I would. But I don't feel like it's transphobic to not want to date a trans person. I don't feel like it's, you know, I don't feel like it's inherently racist to be like, I don't find this race attractive. You know,
yeah, there you go. So those sorts
it's
of things that
preference.
can get you in
Deep crap.
get you in hot water in on
Absolutely.
social media. Again, so
Yeah.
there we are. That's basically
You've got that
my
gang
point.
mentality, absolutely. And I you know, we're all guilty of it. I think we all sometimes hop on, you know, that kind of dogpiling, depending on what's being said. and I would wager to bet that whoever we dogpiled on felt the same way about their views as we feel when we get dogpiled on. But also, like, a lot of the times I take a lot from being dogpiled on. Like, I really will sit there and read and be like, yeah, okay, I see where this is coming from. Like, that was very insensitive. And then I try not to do it again. But we shouldn't like just hate people like and just block them because they said something that you don't like.
Yeah, we so much of political debate has been lost. I mean, I know people I disagree with hugely, and it's really interesting to you know, to still be friends with them and not make it personal and not fall out over it. And
yeah, it's hard.
I mean, almost everyone's got a point, or at least it's worth asking, why do people feel that way?
Yeah.
You know, I always find it asking, yeah, how do people feel that way? You know, why do people feel this way? What's behind it? Like people who vote for reform, I'd still listen. I still ask them, why is that? Why? I mean, what are your concerns? Where are you coming from? And I always want to know. I won't just say, oh, you're mad, you're wrong, you're delusional, you're stupid, you're racist, you're an asshole.
Right.
Before coming to those conclusions, listen why. Tell me more. So, you know, I think I really value listening.
I don't know
And
why
as you said, nuance.
Talking to people like that, Tom. They're
Sorry?
so stupid. I don't know why you bother engaging with people like that.
Well, you were until very recently.
I was what, a fucking member of Reform? I've never been a supporter of Reform.
Talking to someone who was even worse.
What?
No.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Don't go. Don't do it.
Okay, I'm not.
I'm with you, Tom. I got you.
Thanks.
People that I don't. I'm talking about British people, right? Do you know what an ethnonat is?
An ethnonat? No.
Yes, it's a new word Reform people are using. It means someone that believes England should be for white people only.
That's
no,
beautiful.
no thanks.
That sounds
okay, but right,
insane.
we have a word for that already, right?
Is it called a racist?
It's a nationalist.
A skinhead? A nationalist? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Nationalism is scary in any country, honestly.
And they've just made up a ridiculous new word to cover up the fact that they're Nazis. And I'm like, you know.
Wow. And, you know, like, I thought that, I don't know. I was under the impression that you, I know that you guys have issues with immigration and crap like that. I didn't think that, like, the Black community was necessarily part of that. Or do you guys have that kind of racism? It's just nicer than ours.
It's racism is ugly wherever you look at it.
Yeah. No, I just mean like I've always pictured the racism there a lot more subtle than American racism, especially towards the
It,
black community.
it depends where you go.
Gotcha.
It depends where you go. And uh, well, we there are regardless of how I or anyone else feels about it, or you, Richard, or you, Nikki, there are a lot of people in this country that are feeling strongly enough about this to vote for reform. And it's really, really worrying, which is why the government, the Labour government, are really trying to bring immigration numbers down. They're going hell for leather to slow this all down and stop these small boats making deals with France and things like that. They're yeah, and it's it's such a whole thing's just such a shame and so sad.
Yeah, I just feel like social media and your phones and them being so accessible all the time just gives us more opportunity to become radicalized in one direction or another.
Oh, so
You know,
because you
because
get
we're
all this
listening.
confirmation bias.
Right. And that's the thing. Or like, you know, red pillars, man. They just don't understand why girls don't dig them. It couldn't possibly be them. Let me go find a bunch of other guys who are awful to women, and then we can lament about how horrible women are. And now they're a big group. And I
So
mean, like they've been considered like a terrorist association because they really want to kill women. They hate them.
there's
Incel.
a documentary just come out on Netflix with Louis Theroux interviewing some of these people. He doesn't need to do anything. They just completely incriminate themselves. They are
Absolutely.
ghastly. They're absolutely ghastly. They end up being physically violent. They're so
But see,
misogynistic
here's the
without
thing with
thinking they're misogynistic.
oh no, the problem is that there's like a thin line because we're all about don't censor us, and so they shouldn't be censored, but at the same time they're dangerous as crap. Like, is there a line to be drawn? Is some censorship okay? Like, obviously, you know, things involving children and stuff like that, sure, censor it, we don't want that. But um I don't know, like I feel like yelling about hate speech or even red pillars and stuff, um, I feel like there's a censorship there and there is free speech, at least in America. And sadly, they're able to say what they say. The problem is like our children are getting fed this on TikTok and stuff like that. It's targeting them. Like
Yeah.
they did stuff. They did like a study with TikTok, and they made profiles for these boys, and it took like what 20 minutes before some red pill stuff came up. So I don't know.
Red pill is in
Incel.
Republican.
Incel.
Black pill.
Yeah.
Black pill. Sorry, not red pill. Black pill.
Gotta know your pills if you want to talk about this.
Sorry, dude. Black pill. I'm
You're a
used
grammar
to
Nazi.
associating
I'm a
them.
pill Nazi.
I
Okay.
associate them because, okay, sadly, I associate them together because most men that I know are red pilled are also black pilled at the same time. It's like they go together.
Democrat is blue pill. Republican is red pill. Trans is black pill. Incels are black pill. Trans is pink pill.
Interesting. I did not know that. Anyway, black pills, the incels, you know, they're dangerous. And they're targeted to our kids. And that's the problem with cell phone and social media. Like, I feel like you should be of a certain age to partake in those, you know, conversations. Like 25 would be nice. At least have some of your brain fully formed, you know? Or is it 27?
I don't know. I despair. I know some 40-year-olds whose brain aren't fully formed.
Nah, I mean, yeah. We are living in idiocracy. American kids can't even read.
I'd give anything to be one of those MAGA cunts, you know. You know what I mean? Just that fucking stupid. That you just don't know what's going on. And you can just blindly be happy.
I just wish I had any kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to say that honestly because things could happen. I don't want my brain to stop. I wish I could be blissfully unaware as well. Like, anytime I've spoken with my parents and they just don't understand anything that's happening, they haven't kept up with like the Epstein files and they just, whatever is toted to them. And I'm just like, that would be nice. I would like to not know or care.
Just any kind of cult. I wish I was stupid enough to be drawn in by a cult.
I wish I didn't have the scruples and could make my own cult.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good time. However, I do have scruples and I'm fascinated with cults, but I don't know. I'm the kind of person that would actually accidentally end up in one. I already know. I mean, I was part of Russ McCamey's group of people before he went completely off his rocker.
Just, well,
I need to do an update on that story, by the way.
There's an update? I thought he was in jail.
He is in jail, but I didn't give the full story on that. But yes, he's in jail for attempted murder. I don't know, man. Let me think about it. There's several stories I've thought about writing up.
You should definitely do that one because you're passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm just happy he's in jail. I wonder if he's still there. But yeah, I mean, I was part of that group. I've been cult adjacent a lot. It's like I hang out in them and I watch them burn. I have a couple of channels on YouTube that I watch that I'm pretty sure are cults, and I just keep an eye on them and look at the comments.
Wow. So overall, I think we will, because we're aware of because we're aware of possible confirmation bias, we're aware we haven't even dropped the A-bomb algorithms. We're aware of algorithms and how they manipulate us or can be inclined to. We're aware of confirmation bias, echo chambers. We're aware of that sort of thing. I know avoiding an echo chamber is a big thing for you, Richard, and kudos. So then the responsibility then lies with us. It's up to us to make sensible choices with this, and not fall into the trap of loving to hate something that is all over your Facebook feed and turning into a bitter and twisted soul, which nearly happened to a friend of mine.
You talking about me? You talking about me?
No.
I was going to say she's definitely a bitter and twisted soul. Mission very much unaccomplished, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just like, I've been yelling about the Epstein files, and then I came to the realization that in America, no one is going to be arrested for it because of statute of limitations. Probably worldwide as well, until they can find something else on them.
Gotta be kidding me.
No. And then the United States is 5 years.
Even if there was no statute of limitations, none of them were getting arrested anyway. Let's be real.
For real, because did you know the DEA actually had a file open on Jeffrey Epstein forever ago, and they were told to drop it?
Yeah, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason he got arrested in the first place is because he had all this dirt on everyone and they wanted to get rid of him.
Gabby, they did not get Prince Andrew on sex crimes of any kind. They got Prince Andrew for espionage. Any of their people that have gotten arrested have been there for espionage. It's not because of anything that they've done towards children. Like I said, the statute of limitations worldwide is up. they can't do anything to these guys. Not that way, which is crazy. I think the problem is this is such a big international thing. Maybe they can change how they handle it, but for America, they're that's it. It's over. Like they don't have anything to go off of.
Oh, God.
But
Yeah, I'm
you
pretty
know,
sure that they could have video. They could probably have video and still not be able to charge anybody with anything because it's been over 5 years.
Boy, does
So.
some people know how to wriggle out of trouble.
Right, and that makes me wonder, like, why? Like it doesn't make me wonder. Like, it makes me understand. Like, you know, Jeffrey Epstein has been dead for how long? So, like, even the most recent stuff that he did won't show up on the, you know, they can't prosecute for it. So why not release it? Statute of limitations is up. Why not? What did he do? Die in 2020? They released it in 2025. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, sure, we'll release it. The dude's dead, and we can't be prosecuted for it. Let him have everything. So, anyway, there's my bitter and twisted rant for the day.
So that'll wrap us up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many, when Nikki will talk about McCamey Manor.
Well, thanks.
And I will pester her all week to remind her. What's the date next week's 21st? So 1, 2, 3 weeks after that is when we'll be taking a 2-week hiatus.
Ah.
Yep.
So basically 3 Saturdays after this.
Dang, that soon, huh?
Pretty soon.
I'm excited.
Well, I hope you're looking forward to coming over, Nikki.
I am. I really am.
Are you gonna be able to get me one of those big old packets of Jolly Rancher candies, please?
Oh, I'm gonna get you several.
Oh, mate. Oh, dude.
I got you.
One. Nice one.
No, I've already talked to Richard about it because I'm gonna bring him some smart food and a loaded tea and some Warhead Kool-Aid because I think he'll enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, awesome. They're just the best. They're probably not even strictly vegan, but I don't care. They're too damn nice.
They're so nice.
The exact dates we will not be here, Gabby, is the 18th, the 11th and the 18th. Those are the exact dates. We're back on the 25th of April. So the last show will be on the 4th, and then we'll be back on the 25th.
I will certainly be there.
Maybe.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
People. Thank you.